In the 7th century, from the heart of the Arabian desert, emerged a revelation that would change the world. But this new faith needed a physical voice. It needed a place to gather, to pray, to embody its core principles. What they created was not just buildings. It was a spiritual and philosophical revolution in stone, brick, and tile. An architectural language that spoke of unity, infinity, and the transcendence of God. This is the story of how Islam journeyed from the simple desert oasis to the most sublime domes the world has ever seen. It began with a house. The Prophet's mosque in Medina was the prototype. Its core elements were a courtyard for community gathering and a shaded area for prayer facing Mecca. It was functional, humble, and profoundly democratic. As Islam spread, it didn't erase local architectural traditions. It absorbed and Islamized them. The simple Medina model fused with the grand hypostyle halls of Persian palaces, the Roman basilicas, and the central planned churches of the Byzantines. The first major architectural innovation was the minaret, a tower from which the call to prayer could ring out, marking the Muslim presence on the skyline. It was a beacon, both spiritual and physical. But the Umayyads introduced something revolutionary: non-figurative art. With the avoidance of human depiction in sacred spaces, artists turned to geometry, calligraphy, and vegetal patterns, arabesque. These weren't mere decorations. They were visual representations of the infinite nature of God. Then came the dome. The Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem, one of the oldest Islamic structures, was a statement. It monumentalized the place of the Prophet's Miraj, ascension to heaven. The dome itself became a symbol of the vault of heaven. To build these heavenly domes, Muslim architects perfected engineering marvels like the squinch. This allowed them to transition from a square room to a circular dome, creating a vast unified space that focused the worshipper's mind upwards towards the divine. In Persia, architecture reached a poetic zenith. The Iwan, a massive vaulted portal, framed the entrance to paradise. And then there were Muqarnas. These honeycomb or stalactite vaults were more than decoration. They were the physical manifestation of complex geometry, dissolving the solidity of the ceiling into a shimmering celestial cave of light and shadow. This geometry wasn't random. It was a sacred science. Complex Giri patterns, based on star polygons, demonstrated a universe created through divine mathematical order. To study geometry was to understand the mind of the Creator. In Al-Andalus, Islamic Spain, architecture became ethereal. In the Alhambra, the Nasrid sultans used light, water, and the most delicate stucco carving to create an earthly paradise. The famous inscription throughout the palace repeats, "There is no conqueror but God." The architecture itself humbles the human before the divine. When the Ottomans conquered Constantinople, they fused the central dome of Hagia Sophia with the Islamic architectural vocabulary. The master architect Mimar Sinan perfected this, creating vast, single-dome spaces flooded with light, like the Suleymaniye, that felt both overwhelmingly powerful and gracefully balanced. And then there is the ultimate secular wonder, the Taj Mahal, a Mughal emperor's monument to love. It synthesizes Persian, Indian, and Islamic elements into a perfect, symmetrical whole. It proves that Islamic architectural principles could express the most profound human emotions. This legacy is not frozen in history. Today's architects continue the conversation. The Sheikh Zayed Mosque uses modern materials to recreate the beauty of the past on a colossal scale. The Hassan II Mosque incorporates cutting-edge technology. The principles of light, geometry, and harmony continue to inspire. From the desert to the dome, Islamic architecture is a journey of the spirit. It is a language that uses space, geometry, and light to express the core tenets of the faith. The unity of God, Tawhid, the importance of knowledge, and the promise of a spiritual paradise. It is not a single style, but a set of principles that, for over 1,400 years, has created some of the most beautiful and spiritually resonant spaces on earth. What's your favorite Islamic architectural wonder? The Alhambra, The Blue Mosque? The Taj Mahal? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into Islamic art and history. Assalamu alaikum.